Hello again, our most valued student. My name is Confident and welcome to EgoLearn Text 24-minute lesson. Our lesson today is a lesson and continuation of exponents. In addition to that, we are going to look at surds. So the two lessons will focus on exponents, a continuation, but more specifically, we are going to look at exponential equations as well as simplification of surds. Let us go straight to the lesson. Now let us look at the first question on solving exponential equations. Now when you are dealing with exponential equations, you are still using partly the laws of exponents, but now there are some kind of new laws that you are going to incorporate. They are not taken as laws, however, you need to know how to solve these. For example, you are given 2 exponent x is equal to 8. Now, what you need to do, same thing previously, you need to put everything in the base. And in this case, we want to put everything in base of 2. So you have to express 8 in base of 2. And you know that 8 is 2 to the power of 3. Therefore, this becomes 2x is equal to 2 to the exponent of 3. Now, in exponential equations, when bases are the same, therefore, you equate the exponents. So, equal bases equate exponents. So, when you do that, you're going to have now x is equal to 3. Then you can test it. If you put 2 to the exponent x is equal to 2, we said x is 3, 2 to the exponent of 3, and what is 2 to the exponent of 3? It is 8, meaning it is correct. Let us look at the other question. It says 2 to the exponent 2x plus 1 plus 2 to the exponent 2x plus 1 is equal to 8. Now, given this kind of a scenario, again, you can use that method which we call split method. If you use the split method, you are going to have 2 to the exponent 2x dot 2 to the exponent 1 plus 2 to the exponent 2x dot 2 to the exponent of 1 is equal to 8 again, remember, is 2 to the exponent of 3. If because of the plus sign that we are having here, because of this plus sign, we factorize, and we can factorize 2 to the exponent of x. When we factorize 2 to the exponent of x, you are going to have outside 2 to the exponent of 2x. You are going to have inside 2 to the exponent of 1 plus 2 to the exponent of 1, which is equal to 2 to the exponent of 3. Right. When you do that, you are going to now say 2 to the exponent of 2x, you add what is in brackets, which is 2 plus 2, which is 4, is equal to 2 to the exponent of 3. Now you divide both sides by 4, in other words, is 2 to the exponent of 2x, 4, you divide by 4, is equal to, in this case, I can maybe take it back to 8. Remember, 2 to the exponent of 3 was 8 over 4 for the sake of division so that it don't give us issues of dealing with exponents. You divide 4 there, 4 into 8, you get a 2. So here you're now having 2 to the exponent of 2x is equal to 2. Now you can put 2 as 2 to the power 1. Now look at it. The bases are now the same. It means 2x is equal to 1. What you do, you divide both sides by 2, and then you get now your x is equal to a half. Then that becomes the final answer. In case you want to test it, let's erase this side. Should you want to give it a test, you can test it and check if it will give you the same answer. Now we had 2 to the exponent 2x plus 1 plus 2 to the exponent of 2x plus 1 is equal to, remember we know our x is a half, it will be 2 to the exponent of 2 half plus 1 plus 2 to the exponent of 2 half plus 1, which is equal to, when you cancel that, you're going to have 2 to the exponent of 1 plus 1 plus, again we cancel that, 2 to the exponent of 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2 to the exponent of 2 plus 2 to the exponent of 2. 2 to the power 2 is 4 plus 4, which is 8, which is your right hand side, which is correct. Let us move on to solve another exponential equation, a typical one. They are giving you that 2 to the exponent of x squared minus 5x plus 6, everything is in an exponent, is equal to a 1. Now remember, 1 is, remember, when they give you a 1 is simpler, because what you simply need to do to get a 1, you just say 2 to the power of 0, because any number to the power of 0 is equal to 1. This is equal to a 1. Now why am I saying 2 to the power of 0? Because we want to match the bases. So you'll have now 2 to the power x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 2 to the power of 0. Again, why did I say 2 to the power of 0? So that we match the bases. Now the bases are the same. With that, what you have now, you have got x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, because the bases are the same. Now what you do, again, you use your product and sum. What is your product here? Remember, your product is the number before here, it's a 1, and 6. When you multiply that, 1 and 6, you are going to get 6 plus 6. Your sum is the number at the center, which is minus 5, and your factors, two numbers that when you multiply, you get plus 6. When you add, you get minus 5. Those two numbers are negative 3 and negative 2. So now you are going to have x squared minus 3x minus 2x. This gives us minus 5 plus 6 is equal to 0. If you say minus 2x minus 3x, it will give you a 5. Take out x in the first two. It will be x minus 3 minus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. For more on factorizing of this product sum method, please refer to the previous chapters. So x minus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to, in other ways before that, you can say x minus 3 equals 0, or x minus 2 equal to 0. What is x? X is equal to, you jump the sign, it will become x is equal to 3, or minus 2, jump the sign also, x is equal to a 2. Now when you're given that, you can again test your answer. Remember, you are given, if I can write it again, 2 to the power x squared minus 5x plus 6 now equal to, that's what they gave us. I can test with just one number. One of the answers we got, we said x was equal to a 3. So I'm going to put a 3. The same as 2 to the power 3 squared minus 3 plus 6, which is equal to 2 to the power 9 minus 15 plus 6. Now, what is 9 minus 15 plus 6 is same as 2 to the power 0, which is equal to a 1. You can do again and test with the other value of x, which is 2, and then you get the same answer to show that your answers are correct. Quickly, let us move on to the next one. It says 7x to the exponent x plus 4 dot 7 to the exponent of x is equal to 245. Now, again, because the hint there is the moment they always give you either a positive or negative sign, the trick there is to factorize. So what is common there? You can see 7 exponent x is common. If you say 7 exponent x there into 7 exponent x, you will get a 1 plus 4 is equal to 245. Why 1? Because 7 will get into 7 exponent x once, hence you have got that particular 1. Hence here 7 exponent x, 1 plus 4 is a 5, is equal to 2, 4, 5. Just to NP, when you're factorizing like this, 7 exponent x plus 4.7 exponent x. If I say take out 7 exponent x like this and you're getting a 1 plus 4, what you are doing is you are saying 7 exponent x over 7 exponent x. When you cancel, you get a 1. This is the one that you get. And in the other one, it's 4.7 exponent x over 7 exponent x. When you cancel that, this 1 is 4 times 1, which is a 4. Then that's why you got a 1 plus 4. Then after that, to remain in 7 exponent x, you divide both sides by 5. Back to our method. Now 7 exponent x here is equal to, if you divide 245 by 5, 5 into 20, it's a 4. Remember 4. 5 into 45, it's a 9. You get a 49. Then 7 exponent x is equal to 49, remember, is 7 to the power 2. Why am I doing that? I want to match the bases, because the trick is in matching the bases. If the bases are the same, therefore x is equal to a 2. Then that becomes the answer. You can test your answer like in the previous method. When there is x, you put your value of 2 there. You put a value of 2, you will find that it will give you a 245. Let us look to the next question of an exponential equation. They gave you 3, if I can use my red pen, 3x squared times 3, 5x times 3, 6 is equal to a 1. Now, remember, on the laws of exponents, when the bases are the same, what do you do to the exponents? You add the exponents. Therefore, this means this is same as 3x squared is 3x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to, again, a 1. I told you the trick there is to say 3 to the power 0. Why am I saying 3 to the power 0? Any number to the power of 0 is a 1, but here you want to match the bases. It's similar to the previous question. Now we did x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to a 0. When the bases are the same, you equate the exponents. When you use the product and sum method to solve this one, you will have x plus 3 this time and x plus 2 equal to 0. X plus 3 is equal to a 0, or x plus 2 is equal to a 0. Therefore, x is equal to minus 3, or x is equal to negative 2. Again, quickly on this one, remember, if you want to test it to check whether if your answers are correct, is 3 to the power, you can choose one now. Is they say negative 2 squared times 3 to the power 5 minus 2 times 3 to the power 6. What are you getting? If you do that, here you are going to get 3 to the power 4 times 3 to the power minus 10 times 3 to the power 6, which is equal to, if you use a calculator, you'll find that you're going to get a 1. Then you can prove that. We are done with the exponential equations. We're moving on. Let us look at simplifying of surds. Now, what is a surd? When they talk of a surd, they're talking of something like that as a square root. Now, if you are given a, b, you must know that simple like kind of laws, we can split this surd into a times and say a b. It can separate like that. For example, if they give you a 32, you can say, now I know 32. The best thing when you're simplifying surds, remember square root, is to look for numbers that you know that they have square root. So how do I get 32? I know I can get 32 by saying, there are two ways of 32. It can be like this. I'm going to write their multiples. If I say 4 times 8, I get a 32. If I say 16 times 2, I get a 32. If I say 3 can do 4, that's it. So now 32, it can be either this method of 4 times 8, which is equal to square root of 4 times square root of 8. Now you can move on there and say, what is square root of 4? It's 2 times square root of 8. But you can see 8 again is not complete. What is 8? This same as 2 times square root of 4 times 2, because 8 is square root of 4 times 2, which is same as 2 times square root of 4 times square root of 2, which is equal to 2. What is square root of 4? It's a 2. What is square root of 2? You don't know square root of 2. Hence, square root of 2 times 2 is 4 root 2. Remember, whenever you are simplifying this, you must not use a calculator. Another version you could have used on 32 was to use 16 times 2. So you're going to have here, this is same as equal to square root of 16 times 2, which is equal to square root of 16 times square root of 2. Now you can see what is square root of 16? It's 4 root 2. When you have simplified it, you will simplify it in this case whereby you cannot further simplify square root of 2. But you can see the answers are the same, but this was a quicker method. Again, they can give you a law like this, square root of a plus b. You can split it and say square root of ab times a plus b. Now, another example, if they say square root of a squared. Now, what are they saying here? Here they are saying if they give you a squared. According to laws of exponents, remember, there is a hidden 2 there. So this is same as saying a to the power 2 over 2. Now, what is 2 over 2? It's a to the power of 1. Hence, this answer becomes a. So whenever you square in a square root, you get that same variable that is inside the square root. Now, let us simplify the sets given, and I'll show you the tricks on how you are simplifying this. When you're simplifying sets like this, I can divide, usually I divide my page into 2 sections, whereby this that I want to simplify, I write them on the other side, and on my left hand side of my main question, I just write the final answer. For example, here I'll continue from what I'm given. Now let's start with square root of 20. How do you simplify square root of 20? Remember, you are not using a calculator. No calculator. But you're going to use a calculator to test if your answer is correct. So you're going to punch everything as it is in the calculator and see whether you are getting the same answer after simplifying, as a way of checking if you are correct or wrong. Now let's go to the square root of 20. How do I know square root of 20? Square root of 20 is same as square root of 4 times 5. This is same as square root of 4 times square root of 5. What is square root of 4? It is 2 root 5. I cannot simplify 5 further. What about 25? 25, square root of 25, you know, it is simple 5. Why? Because 25 is same as 5 squared. And when you say 5 squared, what do you get? You get a 5. What about square root of 80? Square root of 80, you can say, look at the factors of 80. 80, you can try 2 and 40. You can try 3, don't do. You can try 4, 4 and 20. You can try, let me try 5. 5 and, yeah, I think 5. If you divide 80, I don't have a calculator here, 80 divided by 5. 5 into 8 is 1, remainder 3. 5 into that, it's 16. So this is same as square root of 5 times 16. 16 is a good number because we know it's square root. You look for a number that you know it's square root, and this is the biggest number. This is same as square root of 5 times square root of 16. What is square root of 16? It is 4. So this is same. Let me just remove this so that it doesn't distract. This is same as 4 square root of 5. Usually the number comes before a square root. When you have simplified these, you can see 20 gave us that, 25 gave us that, 80 gave us that. Now you simplify it. Instead of 20, now you're going to write 2 multiplied by 2 root 5 from our 20 plus 5 minus 5 root 5. See that one? Over. The next one is 4 root 5, which is equal to, when you simplify 2 times 2 there, it's a 4 root 5 plus 5 minus 5 root 5 over 4 root 5. I think there was some issues on this question. Usually this was supposed to give us a root 5 there, a root 5 there, a root 5, a root 5, but anyway, it is the way the question was answered. But if it's in such a case, then this becomes the final answer. Let us move on and try another different one, and you'll see what I mean. Let's say they give you this scenario. It's square root of 24 minus 6 root 6 and 54 and 96. For square root of 24, we are going to have square root of 4 times 6. Remember, 24 is 4 times 6, which is equal to square root of 4 times square root of 6, which is equal to 2 root 6. We are done there. 2 root 6 is already simplified. What about square root of 54? Square root of 54 will be square root of 9 times 6, which is equal to square root of 9 times square root of 6. What is square root of 9? Is 3 root 6. And the other one is square root of 96. What is square root of 96? Square root of 96 is square root of 16 times 6, which is equal to square root of 16 times square root of 6, which is equal to 4 root 6. When you have gotten these, now you pull them together this side, whereby for 24 you are going to have your 2 root 6 minus 2 root 6 plus, for 54 it was 3 root 6 all over 96 was 4 root 6 minus root 6. Now I want you to see, now this one is the one that is clarifying what I was talking about in the previous statement. You have a root 6 in each and every one of them with additions and subtractions. Now you factorize. You factorize root 6 on top. You are going to have 2 minus 2 plus 3 all over. You factorize root 6 below. You are going to have 4 minus 1 because there is a 1 there. 1 root 6, and so you are left with a 1. This is equal to, now you can cancel out the root 6 and root 6. Now you say 2 minus 2 is 0 plus 3. You are going to have 3 over 4 minus 1 is 3. Then your answer will become 1. You can test it now with your calculator. You punch it, you'll discover that you also get a 1. So now these are different ways that you can use to simplify your surds. Now it is very important. Now what you need to do is to go to the previous problems that you had and then try as much as possible to simplify. Just also to give you the hint, remember when they give a scenario like to say what is square root of 96, if you punch with your calculator to give you the trick of how you can use your calculator, you go to the calculator and punch square root of 96. Your calculator will give you 4 root 6. Now how do you prove that you did not punch a calculator? Because if you just jump from this to this, they will penalize your mark. You ask yourself, how did I get a 4? Now for them to get a 4, they said 4 squared, and then here you say square root of 6 squared. So what is 4 squared? It's 16 times 6. If you look at, remember square root with a square, it gave you that 6. What is 16 times 6? It is a 96. So this is a way of trying to use your calculator in a clever way. Now we have come to the end of our lesson. Go again to the lesson and revise, and then hoping you'll understand these sets. See you again in the next lesson as we continue on logarithms. Thank you.